Well, last we left off with Moose the Manbalance on the side of the road.
I'll give him a break, man.
Headed over some serious mountains towards Colorado.
Move down a second.
Now you have to remember, this is a fresh out of the backyard build. It's late summer with temps in the 90s. And with Moose getting a tad on the warm side, we wanted to give him a little rest before something breaks.
So high, look, he's almost moving.
With over 450,000 on his drivetrain, this is truly a nationwide danger ride. Luckily, we were able to continue over that mountain and a bunch more without a whimper. I told you I'd show you the good, the bad, and the ugly no matter what. So for now, lean back and enjoy this scenery. Some of the most beautiful landscape we've seen yet, except for the bug in the middle of the glass. One of the cool things about being out in the middle of nowhere are the sweet all-American towns you go through. No, we're not in LA anymore. Population 52. Population 52. It's the first time I'd seen that. I mean, come on, that's small town.
I guess you know everybody in your town. There's only 52.
If there's 52, it's a good chance you probably know your neighbor.
Does the sign change if you move out?
I don't know. Or somebody move in.
Yeah.
You gotta change it once a year or never. Has it been 52 for last 20 years? I don't know.
Population signs. When do they change that number? Because it can't possibly be 52. Like, somebody had to have moved out or moved in. So, yeah, you got the answer. I'd like to know.
I have to agree with that. When do you change population signs? Great topic.
Yes, okay? If anybody has the answer, oh, please. Ooh, that would be awesome.
We thought it would be cool to actually see a moose in the wild. You know what they say, be careful what you wish for. This next scene is one for the record books.
That's kind of feeling I'm going to see a big ass animal down there.
What happened there? Because I'm going to exploit that picture, I guarantee it. That's some awesome footage, man. Her face and her scream and her freaking out was pretty awesome. Not awesome on my ear. And kind of, you know, when you hear that, it's like, whoa, you know, your adrenaline starts pumping. I didn't know what happened. I thought she got bit by a snake or what. I didn't know what happened.
Snakes on a plane.
Right. So what happened, Lean? Talk to us. What happened when you saw the moose? I'm driving. I'm watching everything. I just saw, I'm like, whoa. And as soon as I said, whoa, you hit the screamer.
It was coming right for us.
That's true, it was.
It was huge, and it was coming right for us. I wanted to see a moose. I didn't want to kill a moose. I didn't want to run into a moose. I didn't want a moose hitting me.
Right.
Yeah. I'm a little jumpy. I was a little jumpy.
You're less jumpy now after all the driving we've been doing. That's for sure.
Something.
Yeah, you've seen some things.
Been through some.
But yeah, that scream, man. Yeah. You can probably see on my face I was slightly irritated at the time. I
Okay.
held it in. I'm like, okay, she's just jumpy. Don't get on her. No sense telling her, man, what's your problem? You know, it's all good, you know.
I have trained myself since to not scream out loud.
Yeah.
I have, dude, I'm way better now.
You know what? And when I look back at the film, it wasn't really that loud. I was screaming. But at the time, I thought it was like 30 seconds long, 100 decibels, whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that big a deal. And I was like, dang, it just jumped me good. But that moose was cool. Well, that was the first moose we ever saw in a while, so that was pretty cool.
And then we saw more.
Yeah, we saw more. Definitely saw more. After I got the hearing back in my right ear, we finally closed in on our destination, the town of Granby, Colorado. If you think that town sounds kind of familiar, it may be. Granby is where the Killdozer did his thing. Google it if you have a chance. Crazy true story. Local hero to some, town menace to others. We made it! The Arapahoe Valley Ranch. This unbelievably beautiful piece of Colorado is owned by my buddy Todd and his wife Emily. If you want a nice place to get away to, you can camp in a tent, an RV, a nice cabin, or you can even get yourself a well-equipped, super comfy teepee if you want to. This place is so pristine that weddings are done here, one after another, all summer long. We got to Arapahoe Ranch. The first thing we saw there, one of the very first things was, remember?
Big old moose.
Giant moose. Like, man, there's a moose right there within probably, 100 yards? I don't know. One of the most beautiful places I've ever seen, bar none. Beautiful. Big open water, big mountains all around, wildlife everywhere.
Probably one of the most fun bars I've been
Definitely one of the most fun bars ever. It's I think it's the state's smallest bar.
World's smallest?
I don't know if it's countries or
I
whatever.
don't know.
But
It's pretty small.
it's tiny, but man,
I like
you get packed in there and but yeah, we had a blast in there. And you got the bartender a little bit. I got pictures of it. The other cool part about this ranch and why we wanted to get here so quickly is every year they host a bluegrass festival. This year, the one and only world-famous banjo picker himself, Jeff Scroggins, was going to hit the stage in a few days. I even got to do a little porch jam with him. This dude is something else. And I personally love bluegrass. I was raised with it. My wife, not so much. Not so much. I'm always running that bluegrass. She's like, dude, can we please put something else on? That's when she'll hit the Bruno Mars.
Oh, yeah. I hate Bruno Mars.
So how about the bluegrass? What do you think about, I think your favorite part was probably when they were warming up next to our trailer.
Banjo rehearsals.
Banjo rehearsal.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again.
Hey, they got it worked out, and it sounded amazing on stage.
Oh yeah, they're awesome. They're awesome.
I mean, they're great. Just not my jam.
I mean, I get it. I get rehearsal and getting things right. They were getting ready to go on, I think, the next day or whatever that day. And so our trailer happened to be right next to the music house, the music cabin, musician's cabin. And yes, they were doing a little bit of rehearsing. I hope I have footage of that. If I do, let's check it. Here's a little footage of him and his band doing their thing. Enjoy.
Let your hair roll down and pretty things, girl, all around. Now, tell me, let your
super cool things for me, and my personal opinion, was the old brothel on the land. The brothel, I think, was in a different part of Colorado, and it was moved there, but it was from like the 1800s. And man, that thing was cool inside.
So cool, yeah.
I got so inspired that I had to do a little bass diddly myself in this cool old real-life Wild West brothel on the ranch. You can see this whole cut in the music section of this channel. Very grateful to spend some time under that roof. This ranch is so beautiful, we had to get a moose photo shoot in there too. He deserved it after getting us over those mountains. As we headed out, another must was a stop at one of our favorite Wrench Wars sponsors, Jenny Shifter. That's right, that's how I met Todd. After talking to him about his shifter company, I had to see it in person. Here's some footage of the facility. Everything on a Jenny shifter is completely made right here in America. Serious quality, smart functionality, and miles ahead in style. I've seen it with my own eyes, and now you have too. With the Bluegrass Festival a wrap, we knew we had to start heading towards Michigan for our next planned stop. We put out a post on Facebook asking friends whether we should head east through Kansas or Nebraska. Luckily, somebody said, "My buddy Jeremiah puts on the High Plains Riot car show in Nebraska. It's coming up." That settled it. We're now headed on our way to Nebraska. Wait till you see these wild rides and the unreal weather we ran into. But that'll have to wait for the next episode of the Nationwide Danger Ride. Until then, thanks for all the likes, the shares, the comments, subscriptions, all of it. We appreciate you, and thank you for rolling along with us. See you next time.
Couldn't think of anything else.
Right.
Moose. Oh my gosh, moose. Moose.
What a blast so far. What a blast so far.
This was so much fun.
We had a great time.
Moose scare me.
Driving is neat.
Moose!
Hey, man, this is what I gotta live with.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you get it way worse than this. This is calm me.
Dude, sometimes we'll just be sitting there and everything is mellow, and then all of a sudden, shut your rig out! What do you think about that? How about that? Two can play at that game.
All right, I'm done.
All right.